Most lawyers aren't going to survive what's coming, not because AI is going to replace all lawyers, but because it's going to divide the profession into two groups: the lawyers who learn how to use AI and the lawyers who don't. And the second group, they're going to disappear. And just before you think this only applies to lawyers, it totally doesn't. It's about to happen across all professions. And so stick around because this likely applies to you. So I'm a lawyer who's been practicing for over 20 years, including at large firms, boutique firms, and even my own firm early on in my career. And as a patent attorney with a background in electrical engineering, I work with future and cutting edge technology on a daily basis. And from where I sit, it's not a matter of AI is going to replace all lawyers. It's way more nuanced than that. It's going to be that AI is going to totally destroy some practices, and it's going to transform the rest of them. And the key is to have a practice that has a chance at surviving and then learning the skills that make survival possible. So in this video, I'm going to explain what kind of work AI is going to destroy, what kind of work is going to survive, and what attorneys and other professionals need to do right now if they want to be on the right side of that divide, and how this applies differently to young and seasoned professionals. AI is going to dramatically change and speed up how professional work is done, but it's not going to fully replace lawyers and other professionals. So the reality is that most people oversimplify the work that professionals do and don't fully understand the true value add that they're providing. So top professionals are hired for their experience, their judgment, their interpersonal skills, and not just because they can do the work. If anything, that's kind of the easy part. Now, there's a common narrative that there's at some point going to be lawyer bots that totally replace lawyers that people can use on their own instead of having to work with lawyers. But that's not really how AI works. It's all about knowing the right questions to ask and how to form prompts that get you to the right answers. And that's just really not something that people can do on their own without the right background and experience. Now, what it comes down to is that clients don't know what they don't know, and so they can't frame and articulate the right questions to ask in order to get the results they need. But human lawyers who are an expert in a given domain, they know the right questions to ask, and they have the experience so they can plan a long-term strategy that meets the specific needs of a given client and that is tailored to the psychology of the people involved, such as a judge, a jury, the opposing party, or a patent examiner. So to use my patent practice as an example, some people think that all I do is write patent applications and fill out paperwork and send it in the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and that this is something they could easily teach themselves how to do. So then why would clients pay me over $1,000 an hour to do this for them when they could theoretically have AI do it for them or have AI teach them how to do it? And it's because patent practice and patent strategy is, especially for startups and emerging companies, is way more complex than just writing patent applications and filling out paperwork and sending it to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. So why is patent strategy so complex, and what is it that people don't know that they don't know? It's that baked into every choice and every word is a deep understanding of the unique life cycle of startups at all stages, whether that's inventors who are just starting out with a kernel of an idea, who are developing it, who are doing their first round of funding and getting their first investors, or who are doing their big Series A round or even making an exit. It's an intimate understanding of what works and what doesn't work for various business plans, strategies that work, strategies that fail, and the needs and psychology of startup founders, investors, inventors, competitors, and patent examiners at the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and even judges and opposing counsel down the road. And this is the kind of deep context and experience that AI lacks and will most likely lack for a long period of time. So savvy companies who understand the value of a seasoned patent attorney are going to need this kind of counsel for a long time to come. So the analogy I like to use for what jobs are going to stick around and what jobs are going to be replaced by AI is the game of no-limit Texas Hold'em poker. So computers are way better than humans at tracking cards and calculating pure odds. But games like No Limit Hold'em are as much about playing the people across the table from you as it is about playing the cards or playing the odds. And given the rules of the game, human psychology plays a huge role. And the people who are really good Hold'em poker players, they're the people who understand the psychology of people as well as the odds of the cards. Now, this is in stark contrast to simple games like checkers, which have really simple rules and don't rely on much psychology. So then the key to understanding whether you have a profession or a position that is going to survive AI is whether you have a poker job or whether you have a checkers job. Checkers jobs are easily going to be replaced by AI because they have simple rules, don't rely on the complexities of human interaction and social psychology, whereas the poker jobs, they will survive AI. And even with general careers, there's a lot of nuance to this. So using the patent attorney example again, there's a couple of ways that patent attorneys do work primarily. So one is for big companies who are these maybe Fortune 100 companies who have thousands of patent assets, and this work tends to be fairly cookie cutter. It's coordinated by an in-house patent attorney at the company, and they sort of give marching orders and tell the outside firms what to do. So this is the kind of work that would be easier for AI to take over, because in a lot of ways, it's really just what those in-house patent attorneys want to do. And the reason why they hire all these outside firms is because they just don't have the capacity to do the work themselves. But over time, AI is going to be able to do this because AI is going to be able to act as outside firms, as outside associates, and so it's going to be easier for them to take this work in-house. And this is in contrast to doing work for startups or companies that don't have large patent programs because the work is way more bespoke. So these companies, they don't have in-house patent attorneys. They may have a general counsel, but not somebody who specializes in patents or multiple people who specialize in patents like in the big companies. But at the same time, they really need the expert strategy. And especially for startups, getting off on the right foot and determining what to file on, when to file a provisional or non-provisional application, all these critical decisions, they really need good counsel to get them going on the right foot. And so this kind of counsel is still going to be important, and it's going to be harder to take this kind of stuff in-house because what really comes down to being the most important thing is the experience and the knowledge and understanding the life cycle of startups and being able to do this kind of bespoke work because it's not as cookie cutter as working for the big clients. So if you're a lawyer or other professional, I want to tell you what's coming next and what you can do. So the first thing to understand is that the checkers jobs are going to be going away. And if you see yourself in a checkers profession or with a checkers job, you're going to need to pivot. And the sad reality is that a lot of entry-level jobs are just going to be going away. So to use the law as an example, partners aren't really going to need junior associates anymore. If anything, they're going to be running teams of AI agents who are going to be able to do this work a lot faster and with higher quality to the exact specifications they want. And what the result of this is going to be is that it's going to take way less time to get far higher quality work product and likely the reduction in cost unless somehow attorney rates go up. Now, this may sound like doom and gloom, but there are concrete things that both new and seasoned professionals can do to survive the changes that AI is going to bring. So let's start with what senior professionals can do. And the first is to determine whether you have a checkers career or a checkers job and whether AI is going to be able to easily replace that. It's not an easy thing to do, but you're going to have to do an audit of your career path and what your job is. And if it's something that's fairly simple, AI may be able to automate that, and you may need to consider pivoting into a different career or a different job role, something that's going to be a lot harder for AI to replace. So again, these are going to be jobs that rely heavily on things like experience, judgment, interpersonal skills, but having a job like that is not going to be sufficient to survive what AI is bringing. So even somebody with one of these poker jobs still needs to learn how to effectively use AI tools to get high quality work product in less time. Otherwise, they're going to be replaced by other firms or other companies or other professionals that have learned how to do this. And AI is at some point going to be ubiquitous. It's going to be as ubiquitous as email, as computers. And if you think about it, companies who don't use computers or don't use email, they are now out of business. They don't exist anymore. AI is going to be the same way. If you aren't able to leverage the tools that AI provides, you're just not going to be able to perform in the market and survive. So, what about new professionals who don't have much experience or are just coming out of school? What can they do to survive what's coming with AI? And I get this question a lot from young professionals. They are honestly scared about the job prospects as AI is starting to take up all these jobs. And what I tell them is that yes, it is going to be hard to get these entry level jobs, but there are some ways to differentiate yourself and be able to get that critical experience and move up in the career ladder. So, using law as an example, the unfortunate reality is that people coming out of law school really don't have that many useful skills, and especially the skills that are going to differentiate themselves over AI. They don't have judgment, they don't have experience, they don't have the wisdom that seasoned professionals do. So, how are you going to get that? So, you could do it yourself like I did. I started a patent practice when I was in law school. I became a patent agent and then had my own firm, and I learned a lot from that. That certainly is one option, is to create your own practice early on and get that initial judgment, and then you can move on maybe to firms or things like that. That's certainly one option. And another option is to become an expert in how AI is applied in the practice that you're going into, because there are always going to be companies and there's always going to be partners who don't know how to effectively use AI. And if you can be that liaison between AI and the practice, that puts you right in the position where you want to be, where you get to work hand in hand with the people who have the judgment, who have the experience, who have the wisdom of the practice. You'll be able to learn that and provide value by translating that into the AI. And so if you can become the person who understands the practice in terms of AI and can provide that value, that is going to be the way that you can move up and learn those skills instead of the old school way with cutting your teeth on basic rudimentary sort of projects. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like the video. It really helps the channel out. And I'd love to know what you think about this in the comments. Are you a seasoned professional? Are you a new professional? What do you think that you need to do to survive what's coming with AI? Do you have a poker practice? Do you have a checkers practice? Do you agree with all this, or do you think that it's crazy? Let me know down in the comments, and we'll see you again in the next video. Thanks.